Well, like it was said, Rome wasn't built in one day, and so wasn't the EFL, and so wasn't Azerbaijan in EFL. I'm your commentator and owner of the night, Eric Salama, and you're following EFL Season 1, Round 4 in Azerbaijan, and we had a 2-minute silent moment for Kobe Bryant and his daughter, who were passed away in a helicopter accident this past Sunday, I believe. Kobe Bryant, who was a big inspiration to all of the people around the world, not just in basketball, but in sports overall. He made such a big things in the game of basketball and made sporting possible for every single person, human being in the planet, and his courage and will in this planet when he lived was to never give up. And even though you have tough times, you can always achieve something great, and that's why we have many drivers here today who are having pink, yellow and black helmets and number 24 in the car to honor Kobe Bryant, who did such a big thing for the sport, not only in basketball but for every single kid. It's possible to play sports and do anything you want, that you can achieve something in your life. But this is now qualifying, 13 minutes remaining, and welcome to all the viewers who are watching qualifying. And we have first retirement of the day, which is Body Dweller, and now we're following TSR Fishy, who's in the lap. He's just done corner 2. We have a lot of comments saying somebody got kicked out, but I don't know what's been happening. You try to come back, I've sent you an invite, just ready up and take out the car. So use my profile, I'm just gonna put myself online, and you can come to my profile, or I've sent it a couple of invites so you can come in and take the car. So yeah, now we see Fishy in the lap. I'm just gonna open my Wikipedia once again because I really don't know the corners of this track. Azerbaijan F1 track. It's very hard to know the corners of the track, you know. It's very annoying. And then when you're alone in commentator's box, it's always, yeah. Okay, now I can say he's coming towards the corner 16. Done very beautiful job. Sector time I just missed it, but Chappelle is in pole with 138 point flat. Jerry is in P2 with 140.6, and James Killer 141.5. So we have a couple of guys with hard tires, which is very interesting. Maybe just testing it out. And TSR Fishy is gonna come towards the line, and we'll see what lap time he's gonna do. He's gonna be 137, 138, and he does a 139.3, which moves into P2 position, and he moves himself to P2. And now we try to follow who is in his out lap, and Wickmill is in his lap, so we'll see what Wickmill is gonna do when we get to him. And we have J. Luke with hard tires. We have Edu actually, who is finishing his lap, and we'll see what lap time he's gonna do. And it's gonna be a 147.4, which moves him to P5 position, provisional P5 position. Napoli is also starting his lap. We have yellows in sector 2, and J. Luke has retired from the session. He's made a massive mistake. Unfortunately, the game won't let me see where the hell he made a mistake, but yeah, problem is, Nuzantkan, we had so many drivers who are angry and said they will leave after 10 past because Alfonso had to update his game, and I'm very sorry, but sometimes these things happen, and I don't want to piss off the drivers by restarting it once again. I think most of these drivers will leave, and we have a Red Bull in the wall, and that's probably where J. Luke retired. And TTV Ali Shots has joined to the session, but he will not be making the qualifying. He'll be starting in the race, so yeah. And Wickmill, the pole is a miracle. He's now coming towards the corner 16 and 17, and he's opening his DRS for the longest straight line in this track. And we'll see what lap time he's gonna do. He's coming towards the line and he goes to the pits. So let's follow Napla for a change, and he's already stopped his lap. And we'll see what Edu can do once again. We'll see somebody else in the lap. And we have TSR Fishy, but he's 12 seconds down, so we'll see. Can Edu, 29, do any improvements in the track of Azerbaijan, as he's now done sector 2, which is 120.2, and he runs very wide, so that lap time is not going to be any good. And Napla has gone very wide in that corner section. We have many drivers in the out laps, and Alfonso Gomez, who is now starting his lap, driving with that number 24, honoring Kobe Bryant, just like many of us here today. 5 times NBA Finals MVP, 2-time all-time scoring MVP in NBA, massive legend, and It's a great thing to see that so many people here are wanting the number 24 and pink helmets, pink, yellow and black helmets to honor Kobe Bryant. But now Alfonso Gomez is coming towards the corners of 9, 10 and 11. He's using slipstream of that Ferrari, but I think Ferrari is more, well, messing up his lap than improving it. So, but I don't know, you can't really let anybody past in these corner sections. He will get the straight line. He will get the slipstream for the last straight line, but it's not any good when you have 30 air in the corners. And his sector 2 time is 1:15.4. But if you can be behind somebody after corner 16, coming towards the corner 17, 18, 19 and 20 and use the slipstream, you might gain 3 to 4 tenths in that section. But this track is very demanding and hard to let somebody go in a flying lap if you're after the castle. And Alfonso Gomez is opening his DRS, he's using all of the slipstream he can from Ayrton Senna 1812, and he moves himself to P2 position with 139.3. So we have a lot of drivers who are starting their laps with the medium tires. And Hamter is in his lap also, but he's just starting it. And I want to see, is anybody actually close to finishing the lap? And I think Edu is 3 seconds down, and Connor is in the wall, our new reserve driver in the Ferrari. He's in the wall. I will look at your comments very soon. I'm just gonna spectate some people who are in the laps, and there's 8 minutes 40 seconds remaining in the session. As we have Eduk, who's actually qualified on pole position in Australia, but hasn't been able to get any points in this league. Let's see, is this gonna be the change for the young Finnish driver in Williams? And I was just quickly gonna check a few of the comments. Was too late for qualifying, said Diebomb F1, and Napla saying it's like driving on ice. It's very okay, it's okay. And Eduk will see his sector time was very decent, and he's driving with soft tires. And are we gonna see a 137 here today? Because I think he's now purple in sector 1 and purple in sector 2. He's using overtake mode to get everything from his car, and there's a Ferrari in the wall. It was either flying corner or J083. And we'll see what Eduk is about to do. He's coming to cross the line. Is it going to be 137? It's a 139 flat, which moves him to P2 position, but it is with soft tires, and he barely beat it. Alfonso with mediums. And Ayrton Senna 1812 does a 138.7, which moves him to provisional P2 position. Alfonso Gomez drops to P4, and Fissi drops to P5. And flying corner is 14 seconds down, so he's not be improving. He will not be improving. And Hamter is moved himself to P8 position. P9 is Jair, P10 is Hansen, and Hartzer moves himself to P5 position. Hartzer got a P6 position from China, but later on got a 25-second penalty for excessive weaving in a race. And there's yellows in sector 1 and sector 2, so something has happened in those corner sections. As Sape makes a 137.5, very impressive lap. I completely missed it, but amazing result from Sape. 137.5, it's already a very decent lap, and that will be a top 3 time for sure. I'm gonna see if any of the drivers able to hit 136s here today. That's what I'm eager to wait on. And there's a lot of drivers. Well, we'll keep following Fissi, and Fissi, who for some reason the sector 1 time didn't stop, so I can't see what sector time he did. But you can see in Fissi's TV pod angle, he has the colors of the Los Angeles Lakers of yellow, pink, and then of course he has black in the middle to honor Kobe Bryant. And the number 24, of course, in his car, which is good to see. TSR Fissi, we're going to see what sector 2 time is going to do. And he cuts the corner massively, but as we know in Azerbaijan, you have to do that to gain time. And his sector 2 time is 1:14 and flat, so he's improving by 1.4 seconds. So he might challenge for P2 or P3. I don't believe it's going to be a challenge for pole position. But if he gets the slipstream from the Red Bull ahead, you never know what's going to happen. And Renault is using the slipstream of Red Bull Racing. I want to say from TV Pod, is he getting the slipstream? And he's getting a little bit of slipstream, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And we'll see, is this going to be a new pole position time for Fissi? No, it's not, but it's a 137.7, and he moves him to P2 position. Incredible lap from the young Irish driver in Renault, who we just made Meet the Driver episode for. You can check it out after this race. And James Killer, he's down by 2 seconds, so he will not be improving. And we'll see what Napla is about to do, as also he's having that beautiful pink, yellow and black helmet, and number 24 with a beautiful Williams car, Rocket Williams Racing, what is now actually leading the Constructors' Championship after round 3. So 3 rounds and Williams is leading in the championship, but yeah, and we'll see what sector 2 time is going to be. It's going to be 1:15.4, but Napla is weaving in such a manner that he's not happy in his lap, and we'll see is he gonna finish it or not. As most of the drivers are in the pits at the moment, 5 minutes remaining in the session. And current top 3 is Fiat T-Safe, TSR Fischer and Ayrton Senna 1812. Followed by Eduk, Alfonso, Hartza, James Gillo and Connor. And then P10 is Hamtaro. As Edu is still in his lap, he's now driving with soft tires and he's improving 2 seconds in the first sector. So it's very good to see. And some comments. J. Luke riding, he had red wings and tapped the wall at the end of sector 2. So that's quite unfortunate. Then Napla riding, it's like driving on ice and stuff like that. So yeah. And we'll see Edus is improving by 3/10 in sector 1. That's not quite enough when your personal best time is with hard tires, but at least it's an improvement. And we have a new comment saying it to Napla saying some guy in Ferrari drives AI on and it's not Connor, so lights up. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for acknowledging it, and if you have any if you have recording on, you can of course record it and send it to me privately, or actually you have to send it to the league steward of X Games NL. X Games NL, you have to send it to him. He's the new steward of the league. Edus sector 2 lap time is 1:17.3 and he's improving over 2 seconds of his lap time, so he'll be doing those 1:43s, but it's not gonna move him any higher in the position stance. At the moment he will stay in P12, but we never know what kind of straight line speed that Toro Rosso Honda has. We saw how fast it is in Brazil, and there's yellows in sector 1, but nobody's retired, so it's probably Rick Mill who's just spun. And we'll see what lap time is about to do. He's done 1:41.7 and he stays in P12, but he hit those 1:41, so great to see. And we'll see what lap time Rick Mill is about to do as he pulls to the pitch. He's saying that's enough. As we have Hamtaro, Flying Corner and Hansen in the out laps. As Hartz is also in his out lap, so we have 2 minutes 43 seconds remaining, and write your top 3 results after qualifying. Because I'm a commentator, I can't do this bet, so I can't say who's going to be in top 3, but you can write your top 3 to the comment section and I will try to read it out before the quali ends. Now there's a little bit of break going on, a lot of drivers in the pits waiting for that famous 2-minute line and then going out, getting maximum out of the track. And I'm trying to spectate who is the first one to start a lap. And I believe it's going to be Pierre Hansen, so we'll keep following his lap as he is with the medium tires, I believe. So he's committed to that medium tire strategy. Have to pay a lot of respect to him. And James Gillo with the hard tires is still in top 8, so that's also a very impressive thing. But now Hansen has just done those famous corner 1 and corner 2 sections. Is coming towards corner 3 and corner 4, and PMP Tran Cats has joined to the session, so that means we'll be having full grid for the race today, so that's a very great to see. It's going to be full grid almost, so you'll see that Pierre Hansen is down by 1.8 seconds, so it's his lap over, so we'll keep following Axel vs Hartzer. Who's closer, Hartzer or Hamtaro? I think it's Hartzer, so we'll keep following Hartzer. Hartzer is down by 35 thousandths of a second, and now he's coming towards the corner sections of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, which are the most painful sections in the entire game. He touches a little bit the wall, but nothing too major. He did corner 12, corner 11 very beautifully, and there's yellows in sector 2, so a lot of drivers making mistakes in this qualifying session. Well, Azerbaijan is a very tricky track, but if you master it, then you're going to be very fast. And we'll see Hartz's corner sector 2 lap time is 1:49, and he's improving around 4/10, and he's about to get a slipstream from that Red Bull ahead. So we'll see what lap time he's about to do. He opens his DRS very soon from that McLaren Renault. He gets the DRS from the Red Bull driver of, I believe that's Pierre Hansen, but Pierre Hansen pulls away to not give the slipstream to the McLaren driver, which is very smart. And Hartzer is about to do 1:38.9, which moves him to P4 position, and we'll see what Hamter is about to do. Hamter is crossing to the line, and he does 1:39.8, and he moves to P7 position. And we'll keep following. Where is Eduk? Eduk is starting his lap. Ayrton Senna has hit the wall, so it's his qualifying over. Eduk is about to start his lap, but we'll keep following Alfonso Gomez, your championship leader in EFL. Before this round, the championship standings look like this. Alfonso Gomez is leading from Toxic Tomato, and P3 is PMP Trying Cats. P4 is Pierre Hansen, and P5, P6 are Hamter and Napla 185. Those are your top 6 results after 3 rounds, and Alfonso cut that corner massively, so I don't know is that a corner cut from the game or not, but he's at least continuing his lap, and we'll see what lap time is about to do. I'm gonna follow where is Viatis Hape, and he's a little bit losing the rear after corner 2. As now Alfonso Gomez is coming towards those famous corners of 14 and 15. We'll see how he takes those. He cuts the corner massively. He continues the lap, and sector 2 lap time is 1:14.2, so he's improving by 1.2 seconds. But is it going to be enough? Sector 1, sector 2, yellow flags. And we have Ayrton Senna, who's retired from the session, so he's called it a day. He thinks P3 is enough, but we don't know what's going to be P3 or not. And we'll see what Alfonso Gomez is about to do. He's opening the DRS. He's coming towards the corner 20. We'll see. Fly, Mercedes. Fly like an eagle you are. And what lap time he's going to do? He's going to 1:38 flat, but it's not enough. He moves himself to P3 position, so not the best qualifying for a championship leader. But here is VRT Shape. A driver who is probably the fastest driver around here, but after 3 rounds and he's participated to every single race, he only has 1 point to his name. And we'll see, is that going to be changed after this qualifying and race? We know that VRT Shape is hungry for the win. He's hungry for points. He's not even had a single podium here today in EFL, and he's improving by 3 tenths, so I believe that's going to be pole position for VRT Shape. But is it going to be 1:36 or is it going to be 1:37? It's going to be shake and bake or fake and hake. I don't know what I'm saying, but VRT Shape is coming towards the line. He's coming towards corner 20. He's driving his beautiful Racing Point car. He's not using the slipstream from the car ahead, but he doesn't need it because he's about to take pole position. And what time is he about to do? And it's a 1:37.1. Very impressive lap, and he takes pole position by over 6 tenths. And that's your qualifying over, except that there's Napla still, but whew, what a beautiful qualifying, and I almost missed the top 3, but the top 3 for today's race is Shape, Fisi and Alfonso Gomez, in my opinion. So here's your top 3. VRT Shape in pole position, Fisi in second, Alfonso Gomez third. That's your top 3. Rick Miller in fourth, Jerry in fifth, Napla in sixth, James Killer P7, Ayrton Senna P8. Then we have 4 finish drivers of Hartza, Eduk, Hamter, flying corner from P9 to P12, Pierre Hansen in P13, Erdu in P14, J Luke in P15, and without time is Body Dweller in P16. And of course we're gonna have a full grid. I'm just gonna take screenshots of qualifying results to get everybody in a picture time. Of course I'm gonna save the clip so I can use it for race highlights. I never use for qualifying, but I want to make 2 separate things for highlight, and yeah, one moment, it's just gonna take a little while. God damn it, this game is... Alright, now it's saved. Beautiful. VC is happy for P2. Daibo F1 says safety car is needed for an elite such podium. New Zealand same, tuck it, I've got nothing to lose. Well, that's very, very true actually. I'm gonna save the clip once again to make sure. There we go. Now we have saved the clip. Now, I just want to make sure, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 19 drivers. So not almost a full grid, but almost a full grid. And I'll be going through the grid while these drivers are gonna drive the outlap. At least I think I've remembered to put the outlap on. I hope I did. Oh yeah, we have 19 drivers, 1 driver less from... that's a shame, that's a big shame. We didn't get full grid here today, but we have 19 drivers, and that's an EFL record. In Australia we had 17, Bahrain we had 17, China we had 16, now we have 19, so this league is very consistent. And okay, your grid from P1 to P19 is VRT Shape is in pole position, followed by TSR Fishy. In third place is Alfonso Gomez, our championship leader. P4, surprisingly, Workmill 11. P5 in his debut, J083, so he's keeping Ferrari's hopes up. P6 is Napla 185, and P7 is James Killer. P8 is Ayrton Senna 1812. P9 is Hatsa. P10 is Eduk. P11 is Hamter Finn. P12 is Flying Connor, who's also reserve. P13 is Pierre Hansen. P14 is Erdu. P15 J Luke. P16 Body Dweller. P17 New Zealand Cam. P18 PMP Trying Cat. And P19 TTV Elite Shot. So this will be a very epic race, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in today's race. Keep your comments up. Who's gonna win the race? Who's gonna finish second? And who will be finishing in P3 position? Keep the comments up. Keep the comments up. It's not funeral way yet, guys. It's not. We are not in church. You can write in here if you want. Alfonso writing. He messed up sectors 1 and 3, and DNFs also was impossible to reach shape. Okay, so at least he's honest, but he's still in here. And Kevin is joining to the session. We could have had a full grid, but Kevin is just missed the race. We almost had a full grid. First time in EFL, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. We have to stuck with 19 people. Kevin must be furious for not making the race. And now we have drivers lining up to the grid. And like Michael Buffer says, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Let's get ready to rumble. As we have VRT Shape, TSR Fizzy, Alfonso Gomez, Wickmill 11, J083, Napla 185, James Killer, Ethan Senna, Hatsa, Eduk, Hamtaro, Flying Connor, Hansen, Edu, J Luke, Body Dweller, New Zealand Cam, PMP Trying Cats, and TTV Elite Shots lining up to the grid. And now we're waiting for the 5 lights to get out. We're waiting for the Charlie or the FIA to give the 5 light permission for this race to start. Round 4 in Azerbaijan, and we'll see who will be leading the championship after this race. And now we have all the drivers ready. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the round 4 of Azerbaijan. It looks like VRT Sepp got a fantastic start, followed by Alfonso Gomez and Fizzy, and Alfonso jumps TSR Fizzy for position, and there's a McLaren and a Ferrari going side by side for P4 position between Wickmill and JS083. It's been a very clean start from all of these drivers, nothing major happening, and Wickmill jumps to P3 ahead of his Renault teammate Fizzy. So Wickmill is about to take his first podium in EFL, but we don't know what's going to happen because it's only lap 1 out of lap 26, and they're closely followed by J, Napla, TSR Fizzy, and there's a massive fight going on between P8 and P4, and there's a yellows in sector 2, and there's a safety car. James Killers once again retired from the session, so that's second retirement, and Fizzy is also out. What on earth happened to Fizzy? What on earth happened to Fizzy? So 2 drivers retired immediately after only a few corners in this race, as Fizzy and James Killer both leave the session, and they're very frustrated about that. Flying Corner drops to P17, but safety car is first time out in EFL, so that's some kind of achievement also. Safety car has been deployed first time ever in EFL's history, and it's gonna bounce the grid very much together, and this can be very interesting if the safety car is gonna appear. I retired myself, can be asked with infinite safety cars. Well, you don't know about infinite safety cars, but it only appeared because James Killer hit himself in the wall. So you could have actually retired, you know, driven the race, because we don't know. The Codemaster said that safety cars can be very frequently in the track if somebody retires, so. But anyway, you race how you race, and I believe this will be a hell of a long race here today, ladies and gentlemen. And VRT Safe and Alfonso already fighting side by side, even though it's safety car, showing a little bit themselves, and actually Alfonso is pitting. Alfonso is pitting to the pits, and so is Chai. So is there a ring change for Alfonso? No, he's just changing his tires, and so is Hartza and PMP and Pierre Hansen are also pitting, so a lot of drivers pitting here today. What is this? Okay, PMP has to change his front wing, but it's safety car, but it's very weird. A lot of drivers pitting here today, and the top 3 is now VRT Shape, Wickmill and Napla 185, and I'm just gonna watch what tires everybody's on, and they've taken the hard tires except Connor, who's taking the mediums. So I don't know, hards are gonna be very, very slow, but I can kind of see why they pitted. They're gonna be ahead of everybody else, and it depends how long the safety car is gonna be out. And hards is also dropping a lot of positions. So yeah, we have 6 drivers with softs, then we have 5 drivers with mediums, then we have 5 drivers with hard tires, so yeah. And keep the comments up. Was that a white maneuver from some of the drivers? And somebody got a 5-second penalty, I believe that was Eduk. But write to the comments, was that a white maneuver to pit now in lap 2 and take the hards to the end? Just write to the comments, was that a right decision or not? As we're still waiting for the safety car to leave, we know that it's going to be 2 to 3 laps and it's going to bunch the field up. And basically, those drivers who pitted got a free pit stop, but they have to make 24 laps with hard tires and they're going to be very slow in the middle section. But yeah, yellow safety car is not leaving yet, it's still staying out. And the longer safety car stays on, the better it is for the drivers who pitted for the hards and mediums. Probably the drivers who did not pit, they probably want to race now. And yeah, but why did they pit on lap 1? Like, we know that hards are 2 seconds slower than mediums and softs, but I can see if you gain 20 seconds on the pit stop, and okay, you're gonna have everyone tires, but yeah, we don't know. And what is happening to Eduk and Hamtua? Eduk and Ayrton Senna are changing positions with each other. And Pierre Hansen got a 5-second penalty, severe collision with flying Connor. So I'm not sure what's happened there. And Pierre Hansen is pitting, so I believe he's hit the front wing of Connor. And TTV Elite got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That's a very, very, very weird penalty. I hope that this game is not just handing out different kind of glitch penalties. If you get one, send them to me. I will remove the penalties, or just do at X Games NL. But at the moment your top 3 is VRT Shape, Wickmill, Napla, Ayrton Senna, Eduk in P5, Hamto in P6, J-Luke in P7, Bodidrell in P8, New Zealand Cam in P9, TTV Elite in P10, Alfonso in P11, Jerry in P12, PMP in P13, Hartz in P14, Flying Connor in P15, Edu in P16 and Pierre Hansen in P17 position. I mean, if it's gonna come out every time someone retires, it's just realistic. If somebody hits the wall, it depends on the track. I like if Codemasters make a realistic game fizzy. That's what we're aiming to do. We want more interesting races. We want that everybody has a chance to win. That's why the safety car frequency is gonna come out if somebody hits the wall in a dangerous position. That's how they do in real life. Safety cars BSC. So we're still lap 3 and the safety car is still out, so we don't know how long the safety car is gonna be out. I just actually wanna watch the TV pod view of VRT Shape, and is the lights gonna come off, or is the safety car still gonna stay out? It should come out in lap 3, come out of lap 3, and the safety car is probably leaving because Shape is making that difference. And no, safety car is still staying out. Safety car is not leaving yet. So I guess we'll be doing one more lap behind the safety car. And safety car is coming out this lap, and VRT Shape has done a Hamilton. He's just and I don't know what the hell happened between Eduk and Jay Luke at a 5-second penalty, severe collision with Eduk. And the Shape really just broke the whole field, that he just broke in the middle, and Eduk got a 5-second penalty, severe collision with Flying Connors. Hansen has left from the session, so he has had enough. And now it's lights out and away we go once again, and it's lap 3 out of 26, and Wickmill is following closely, and also closely followed by East Napla. They made a very big lead to top 4 as Jay Luke is pitting towards the new hard tires, I believe, and Hansen is also pitting. So yeah, Wickmill is only 4 tenths behind of Safe, and is there any fights going on? And is Alfonso against Jai 083, and there's a wheel banging basically between these drivers. It's side-by-side situation between PMP and Alfonso, and PMP is trying to capitalize the mistake Alfonso made, but he wasn't able to. He has to stay behind, and Alfonso is in the wall, and Alfonso has lost his front wing, and he has lost many positions, and that is going to be PMP trying to catch his fault. He literally braked way too late and forced Alfonso to the wall, and that is your championship leader in the wall. And New Zealand Cam is getting overtaken by Body Dweller for the P7 position. So a lot of happening in this Grand Prix so far, and TTV Lizards moves himself to P9 position, and there's a yellows in sector 2, and I believe that is Hartza and PMP trying to catch throw in the wall. So I don't know what on earth is happening here. People just don't know how to drive in this track, I believe, but yeah, mistakes can of course happen, but I don't know was that a crash or not. But Ayrton Senna has lost many positions, and there's a Ferrari in the wall, and Ferrari has lost his whole front wing, and he has to retire. So very unfortunate for Jai 083, who's had to retire from the session, as Alfonso Gomez is closely behind of Ayrton Senna and TTV Lizards. And we have once again VSC has come out. VSC has come out in this race, so the whole field will be bounced up, and that is very good news for Alfonso Gomez, who will have to make extra pit stop for losing his front wing, but we'll see how many drivers are going to pit in this race. And Alfonso is going to pit probably. He's not pitting, so he didn't get any damage, but we have Hamtower, and then we have Flying Connor, who are Hamtower and New Zealand Cam and Jay are pitting, so Hamtower is making that switch probably to the medium tire, so is he changing his front wing? No, he's just changing his tires, and he's going towards the soft tire, so it's a two-stop strategy for Hamtower here today, so very interesting to do, as he pitted under the VSC, so he'll be gaining a lot of time, and he will have a clean track ahead of him. This race will be very, very interesting, I must say, as VRT Shape already has over 2.4 second lead over Wickmill, and followed closely is the two Williams drivers of Napla 185 and Eduk 33, followed by, and then Haas driver of Body Dweller, and P6 position for TTV Lizards, P7 Ayrton Senna 1812, and P8 for Alfonso Gomez, P9 Flying Connor, and P10 are Hartza. Of course, P11, who's made a pit stop, is Hamtower. He's in very strong positions here today. I don't know how he can make that two-stopper work, but we'll see, And now it's lights out, and away we go once again, and we'll keep actually following Napla and Wickmill, and there's yellows in sector 2 once again, so somebody has made a big mistake, and is it going to be Flying Connor or not? And Flying Connor has spun. Flying Connor has spun from the session. So he spun and lost the position. And Wickmill is only 1 second behind of VRT Safe, so he's got up massively, and Napla also. Eduk is 3.6 seconds behind, and now we have massive fight for P6 position between TTV Lizards, Ayrton Senna and Alfonso Gomez. As we'll see what McLaren is going to do. They're going side by side with each other, and it looks like Ayrton Senna 1812 has made a maneuver stick, or is TTV Lizards going to come back at him? And yes, he is. He's braking very late, and he's lost, because of that dive bomb, he's lost 2 positions to Ayrton Senna 182 and Alfonso Gomez. We'll see how Alfonso Gomez is able to react to Ayrton Senna. Is he able to overtake him in this straight line or not? And we have New Zealand Camus overtaking Flying Connor, who's made a pit stop, and they're going side by side with each other. Ooh, Ayrton Senna, Alfonso Gomez, and Alfonso Gomez had to back down, and he's gonna lose because of that opposition to TTV Lizards. They're banging wheels, they're going side by side with each other, and ooh, they're banging wheels like Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel in 2017 China. Who's gonna give in? Who has the bigger cojones? And I believe, oh my god, and Alfonso Gomez has lost his front wing. Alfonso Gomez has lost, and he's retired from the session. Alfonso has retired from the session, so that's his race over. The championship leader is not going to lead probably the championship, or I don't know how the points are going to go, and he leaves from the session, but he's retired from the session, and is that going to bring out a safety car or not? Azerbaijan is a very good track for safety cars, but I don't think it's going to bring out a safety car. And we have already 3 retirements from the session, and Pierre Hansen was left from the session. And now we have Ayrton Senna, and we have a couple of messages here. Ayrton Senna 1812 and Bodizrella are fighting for P5 position. And Wickmill is actually lost the position to Nappula, so they're going side by side with each other. Wickmill and Nappula, and VRT Shape is pitting as Nappula says the fastest lap of 143.8, so Nappula is the fastest driver in this track at the moment, and he's overtaken Wickmill and is leading the Grand Prix. And we'll see what position he's going to rejoin. And we have Bodizrella and Ayrton Senna going side by side with each other. Unbelievable scenes here today, unbelievable race what we've seen here today. And VRT Shape has rejoined back in P5 position, as Eduk, who is pitted, is gonna just rejoin ahead of Hamtower. And Joe has overtaken New Zealand Camp for P10 position, as PMP Truck gets the fastest lap on 142.8. But he's so far away that he has 2 stops done in this race. And now Nappula and Wickmill are fighting for that famous P1 position. And now yellow sector 1 and TTV Alisat has retired from the session. TTV Alisat has retired from the session. And where the hell did he retire? Where on earth did he retire? I can see his car as he's left from the session. His car is invincible. We can see where he retired the car, but he has retired from the session. And that moves everybody up by 1 position. And it's gonna bring out the VSC. VSC has come out once again in this race. And that's going to be a very good news for Nappula 185 and Wickmill 11, who will be capitalizing the VSC. Depends how long it's going to be out. Usually it's going to be out by 30 and 40 seconds, but this is interesting racing. This is going to be interesting tactics to this race. Somebody is lucky and somebody's not lucky, and I believe it's VRT Shape who's going to be very unlucky of this. And Flying Connors also left from the session, and that is Nappula going to the pitting, and probably Wickmill following him. As neither of them getting that 5-second penalty. VSC is still out. And Nappula 185 and Shape are gonna get a free pit stop. And actually, is the VSC still out or not? And there goes Shape and there goes Bodizrella, but they gain massively because of this. And Nappula is going to rejoin in P3 position, but how is Wickmill going to rejoin? He's going to rejoin ahead of Hudson, and yes he is, and the air is enabled, so they're ready to fight once again. And now Bodizrella and VRT Shape are going side by side with each other. Who's going to give in? Who has the bigger cojones? Who has the bigger cojones in this position? And I believe it's going to be... Oh, they're going very, very closely with each other. And it is VRT Shape who got past of Bodizrella. And Nappula 185 has rejoined in P3, followed by Wickmill 11. So Nappula and Wickmill have gained because of these VSC situations. And Hartzer is closely followed by in P5 position, but so of course he's not done. He did a pit stop in the very beginning, so we don't know how fast he's going to be in the end. We'll keep following this fight between Nappula and Wickmill. It's 4/10 between these drivers, as Hutz are still keeping up with them. It's lap 8 out of 26, and this race is far from over. Anything can still happen in this Grand Prix. As Wickmill and Hutz are following very closely by to Wickmill and Nappula. So this is going to be a very, very interesting fight. And all of these drivers will have DOS sections open. Of course we have Bodizrella still, who has to make a pit stop in this race. And Wickmill moves to the inside line, and he's opening his DOS, and he's gonna get past of Nappula. Nappula is defending very hard, and he's getting DOS of Bodizrella, and they're going side by side with each other. How is Bodizrella and Nappula gonna do? And Nappula is actually pushing Bodizrella is actually pushing Nappula to the wall, but I don't think there's any mistakes happened. And now Bodizrella is defending very aggressively from Nappula 185. And it's a 4-car train, it's a 4-car bloody train in this section, and who's gonna win positions in this train? Is gonna be Bodizrella, Nappula, or is gonna be Hartzer? And they are going still side by side, and Hartzer has, and Nappula has to give in, and safety car has come out. Safety car has come out in this race once again. Nobody's retired, but safety car has come out, so I believe Codemasters making that patch for the safety car. It's made that safety car come out every 3 laps, so I don't know if somebody's lost the front wing. But Hamcho gets a drive to penalty for speeding under the safety car, so it's gonna hurt his race a lot. But safety car is once again coming out in this session, and all the work VLT Shape basically made, it's all gone to the trash, but it's very good for the viewers, and I like if it's good for the viewers. And that will give a free pitch stop to Body Dweller, and I believe it will give a free pitch stop to also Hatsa. And Sevapcici has left from the session, he's had enough. And lap 9 out of 26, and we'll see how many drivers we're gonna have pitting here today. I'm gonna say, does Nappel have the front wing damage from that incident? No, he does not. But I believe Body Dweller might be pitting. We don't know. Or he might be staying out. But we do know that the safety car is gonna bounce up the field together. We all do know, and please write your top 3 to the comment section. Who do you think is gonna finish in the podium here today? Because if there's gonna be a lot of safety cars, as Body Dweller is pitting. Body Dweller is pitting, and so is Hatsa. So it's gonna help these drivers a lot, the safety car. And is Body gonna go for softs, mediums, or hards? Let's see. And he's changing his front wing. As Hatsa is pitting also, so is Hamtaro. He's doing his drive to penalty, I believe. But I don't think you can make a drive to penalty in this game. Yeah, you can make a drive to penalty while under the safety car. And we have New Zealand Cam pitting, Edu and J. Luke, and PMP trying catch also pitting. So we have a lot of drivers reacting to the pit stops, and these they're basically helping. No, it's kind of helping every single driver to fight for the win, because we don't know what's going to happen now. Wickmill and Nappel have a very good chance to catch and overtake VLT Shape. And this race is going to be more than an hour long if we go with this schedule. Safety car is out once again. It's going to be one memorable race to watch afterwards. As VLT Shape leads once again from Wickmill and Nappel and Eduk and Etensen and Hatsa. Body Dweller, Hamtaro, Joe, New Zealand Cam, J. Luke, Edu, PMP Twan Katz, and Pia Hansen, who's actually left from the session. And yeah. I'm gonna read some WhatsApp messages I got. One moment. Safety car is still out. It's gonna be out once again, but for 3 to 4 laps, I believe. And if you have any incidents, just send them to XGamesNL or to me privately, EFL _F1. And the Body Dweller is apologizing towards New Zealand Cam is out from the session, so it's not Hatsa. So what on earth happened between Hatsa and PMP? Hatsa and New Zealand Cam, they both without from the sessions. I'm not quite sure what happened between Hamtaro and New Zealand Cam, but we only now have 12 drivers remaining in the session, and Edu is in the pit, so, and he's stuck in his pit stop, or then he was just serving his 5-second penalty. But we do know that Hamtaro is out of the session. Well, it was not what I hoped for, but I guess it's a memory race for Kobe Bryant. It's a race for Kobe, so of course these memory races are going to be very, very interesting. Still, we haven't even done 50% of the race, and safety car's already been out 2 times, and VSC has been out for once. So it's something to look for. And if you want to come to the commentary box with me, you can. Just those drivers who have retired, just you can join to me in commentary box if you want to commentate with me. Just write to the chat, because I don't have my notifications on. You can write to the stream chat that you want to commentate and stuff like that. And Kevin has 6007 has joined once again to the session. And I hope the safety car is gonna leave after this lap. But it's very weird how frequently the safety car comes out. And we have a new comment here today. What was he doing? He pulled out last minute. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say now. Safety car's out, I don't know what to commentate. Just ask me questions about the league, about the game, what's your favorite F1 season, whatever what you want. It's your chance to get to television at the moment because safety car is still out. So we have 11 viewers, so you can write to me anything you want, and I'll be reading everything you write. Nah, why not? I'll invite you, man. Alright, did you leave from the session? There we go. Let's have comments we come on. Fuck it, let's do it. I'll just quickly invite you, man. Well, I hope I was able to save this race. Hello, now we have a co-commentator here today, New Zealand Cam. How you doing, man?
I don't know. I tried coming into the pits, and then the Toro Rosso pulled out last minute, and it caught me by surprise.
And what do you think about these safety cars now? Is it good update or bad update that VSC and safety cars coming out after, one DNF or something? Huh?
I think it's too much.
It's too much.
Personally, because like you can pit, you get up to speed, and then the guys that have stayed out like 2 laps longer, they're just ahead of you by miles.
Yeah, it's the nature of the track because those hard tires, like I've said before the race even started, I would be very surprised if somebody will be going to hard tires in this race because they are over 2 seconds slower than mediums and softs. As an experience, I've done 3 league races here in Baku, and even the fastest drivers who go for hards, they'll be 2 seconds slower than everybody else because those hards literally don't belong in this track.
Yeah, I tried going for the hards, but I was just being swarmed on the straight. So these guys on the hards like Chapelele, Napila, Eduk and Ayrton Senna, they're just going to get eaten up by the medium runners.
They're just going to be eaten by the medium runners, and safety cars coming out this lap, and not even 50% done in this race. What is your predictions? What's going to happen on the safety cars? Sape is doing that Lewis Hamilton tactics, taking the pace away, and I really like that. That's a very good thing.
I think Napila's going to win this. I'm just going to go out on a long shot.
You think Napila's going
to? Yeah, I've got a feeling something will happen with Chapelele.
Oh, well, he's famous for bottling it up. He's bottled up in almost every league he's in. No disrespect for Sape, but it's how he's literally said it himself. But now safety car is coming out. We'll see, is Wiekmil gonna able to challenge him in turn 1? And then lights out, and where we go once again for this Grand Prix, as we've now done 50% of this race, and clean follow up between VLT, Sape, Wiekmil and Apla, followed by Eduk in P4 and Ayrton Senna 1812 is in P5.
Try and catch his pit.
And Eduk goes wide. I'm sorry, but Eduk goes wide, and that moves Ayrton Senna 1812 to P4 position. And Eduk has made a big mistake and lost the position to Ayrton Senna. And they're going side by side in. Oh, they go 3 wide with each other. And it's Eduk who's lost his front wing. He's lost his right end plate for hitting the wall, and he has to make a pit stop. You don't go side by side in corner 4 in that situation.
You sure Eduk's lost his wing? Because he hasn't lost it on my screen.
Eduk.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his end plate on my screen.
Okay, he hasn't lost, so it's all good. So then was just a small tap to the wall, but Wiekmil is only 4 tenths behind of VLT Sape, and if he can keep it up before the DRS zone, he'll be stuck in the DRS train. And I can understand why on earth VLT Sape has gone to hard tires.
I guess he's just playing the long run, but I don't know. Hartzer was the one that lost his end plate.
they are bad tires, but of course Sape has the pace. He has the pace, even though if he put intermediates to his tires, he could still win this race. You know how fast he is.
He is very quick. Just to point out, you said that Edok had wing damage, but Hearts has lost both of his end plates.
So Hartzer will be doing a pit stop here today. So now we have only 12 drivers remaining, and we started with 19 drivers in this Grand Prix. It's gonna start lap lap 14 out of 26. And VSC has come out.
Over the place.
VSC has come out once again. Severe collision with J. Luke.
That was for J. That was
a J, and he'll be pitting.
Yeah.
He'll be pitting, and
he hit the outside wall and went straight into the east side of the loop.
Alright, and VSC has come out, and like we always know in these Codemasters patches, they always somehow go wrong. Always somehow. But I guess this is a very interesting race in that point, because it's a memory race for Kobe Bryant, and what it would be without safety cars, VSCs, and a lot of people crashing. It's what the viewers want to see. Not good for the drivers, but good for the viewers.
Oh, definitely. Like, from a viewership point, it's good, but from a driver point, it's kind of heartbreaking.
And it's lap 14 out of 26. Also, again, yellows in sector 1. It's probably J. Luke who's pitting once again. And Viati Sape has lost his 1 second lead because of the VSC, and he has to make the job once again. He lost a couple of tenths, but I'm surprised that I've seen a lot of drivers going to the Hearts, and if you're equal with pace in somebody and he's with mediums, you should automatically be 7 tenths slower, but we know his pace.
Yeah, he's actually pulling away from Vic Mill, which is kind of surprising. It'll be interesting to see if the medium runners, like, that have got 6 lap old tyres, 3 lap old tyres, if they can actually go to the end on these mediums.
Yeah, exactly, and now Napla is over second behind of Wickmill 11, and Eduk is 2 seconds behind of Napla, so there's not basically any fights going on. Well, there is between Ayrton Senna and a ghost car of Hansen, which gets overtaken right now, so Ayrton Senna 1812 moves off to P7 position.
Napula getting the DRS on Vickmill.
And DRS is enabled at the moment, and he's not getting he didn't open the DRS, so it's got enabled only in this lap, so he'll be getting in the next corner section if he's less than 1 second behind him before the detection zone. And now Edu is challenging. Okay, Edu is moving to P5 position, while Body Dweller is making his final pit stop probably in this race. And we'll see what tires it's gonna take. And he's chasing his front wing actually, and he will drop in the top 10, outside top 10 or top 10. We'll see. He's gonna get overtaken by everybody. So but yeah, Napla is now 1.7 seconds behind of Wickmill, so there has to be a mistake. What Napla did.
Jazz in the wall. He's lost his end plate again on the right side.
Oh, Joe, in a Ferrari.
Yeah. He went side by side with Try and Catch, and Try and Catch sort of gave him the nudge into the wall.
Alright, and what is your personal experience in this track, in real life, in this game? Do you have any feelings about this track? Like, any comments?
I do quite like this track. I know if you can, like, get a consistent routine, then you can be fighting for victories here. But if you're not in, like, a good rhythm, then you're just not going to have focus. And, like, coming up to the castle section here with Jer and Try and Catch, and they're going side by side, and they've hit.
They hit once again, so it's going to be a busy night for Stewart's office, for X Games NL, and for myself, and they've hit the ball and they've crashed. And
that's questionable.
That's questionable, and
what
of this drivers, I don't know what on earth happened there, but Joe has left from the session, and it's enough for him, and I don't know what was that all about. It's the whole race has been well. It's Azerbaijan is a tricky track, to be honest. There's balls very close with each other, and I was surprised that wasn't a safety car moment.
Oh yeah, I couldn't contain myself there because from my point of view, Bobby D. Weller just completely carried him. So I was like, oh, alright. But I mean, we've seen a safety car out for James crashing in an off zone.
And now
that brought a safety car.
And Body Dweller is now driving up the inside of J. Luke, and J. Luke is just gonna let him go, and Body Dweller overshots it and loses the position back to J. Luke.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby B. Willer has damage, to be honest, after that shunt.
Yeah, he might probably, and he might have to do another pit stop. And we have PMP Tron Cat, who was a championship leader after Australian Bahrain. He's now 2 races without points, so not ideal for driver who led a championship after 2 races. So, and there's yellows in sector 1. So what has happened there? And probably it's just retiring or body dweller making mistakes, because they're the only ones who are still in sector 1.
Yeah, this is huge for the Williams boys though in the constructors championship with both McLarens out.
Yeah, I mean both McLaren's out. Williams,
Mercedes,
yeah, and Williams is leaning the constructors title, and P3 and P4 would solidify that lead, because Sape is gonna only get 25 points, and if they're gonna finish in these positions, they'll be getting 22 points, and Racing Point is over 20 points behind the Williams, so very good for the Williams boys.
Yeah, it's a solid drive. I would say it's more the mature drives that we've seen this season from the top 4. I would say, because they've just kept out of trouble and they're seeking the benefits at the moment.
Actually, Wickmill is catching up to VRT Sape. So the Polish driver in Renault. We also know that Wickmill is a Division 2 UPL champion. We also remember Wickmill, who won against Paris Warriors in Division 2. He's now challenging for the win, and he's challenging for his first win in the EFL. Can he do it? He has better tires than Sape. Sape knows he has worse tires than Wickmill, and if Wickmill can stay less than second behind him before the detection zone, it's going to be an interesting race.
They're equal on ERS as well, so they've both got it to play with, but if Wickmill can get in the DRS, that's like 5-6 miles an hour, which is a lot in these cars.
It's a lot, and of course the nature of the track, we have long straight lines here, and that longest straight line in Formula 1, I believe, is the Azerbaijan straight line, or it's comparable with the Mexican straight line. And PMP Truck has retired from the session, and is that going to bring out the safety car out, or has he retired in the pits?
I would have thought it would have came out by now, so.
But if he retired in the pits, then it's not going to come out, and we only have 10 drivers or 11 drivers remaining in the session, and he's probably retired in the pits.
Yeah, interestingly, the closest battle is this battle for the lead at the moment.
Yeah, that's actually the closest battle, and VRT Sapes, as you said, he's now just set at the fastest lap of 142.5, so incredible pace from VRT Sape from those hard tires. But yeah, there's an old saying, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and I haven't heard any fat ladies singing here today, so 8 laps of wandering, 8 laps of shaking and baking, moving and grooving. And now Zeluk overtakes his teammate for P8 position. Of course, his teammate who's left from the session. And he's going to do one.
Is actually closing up to Birdie. He's within the RSR.
But this is Edu's best race. He's done all 3 races here in the EFL, and he's never scored points in the EFL, and he's almost never scored in any league races he's done better than P10. So he's a new in league racing, and this result would be very, very important for his motivation and his future in league racing.
Can you just say that?
Yeah, he's about to take his first points in almost any single league, so he's very new in league racing.
Really?
And yeah, I think his best result is from HTA P9 position in race in Bahrain, I believe. So now he's about to better that for P7. So and he has a massive gap behind.
Don't rule him out for P6 at the moment. I know Hearts is in front of him, but you never know what could happen with the safety cars that have been out. Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen. As VRT Sape already has over 2.2 second lead over Wickmill, and Napla is over 4 seconds behind of Wickmill, and then Eduk is over 3 seconds behind of Napla.
I feel like Shap must have heard us because he's responded with.
Oh, then it's just his natural pace. You never know. He still has over 50% of his ERS, same amount as Wickmill, and it's still 1.9 seconds.
Bear in mind the damage on Wickmill's tires now with the mediums, though.
Well, in this track, you can do 24 laps with mediums. They only go to 45%, 50%. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But in this track you can. Yeah, and I don't want to know anything about penalties. That would just ruin the fun. So let's just keep it fresh. Even the viewers don't know, because we saw that one point where almost everybody got that 5-second penalty for colliding with somebody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So 7 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. This can be very, very late race. Still 10 minutes, 15 minutes remaining, and this track has shown very interesting races in real life, like 2017 and 2018, but 2019, 2017, especially with Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, and also that race where Lance Stroll got his maiden podium in Formula 1.
Almost got P2 by, like, what was it, 0.03 from
Yeah,
Valtteri Bottas?
yeah, Valtteri just overtook him across the line, but 2019 race wasn't so interesting. It was just the line driving, and 2016 also, but we've had 4 races here, and 2 interesting and 2 boring ones, but this, of course, in EFL is going to be questionable. It's going to be very interesting in my opinion. We have so many retirements here today, and it's not over. There's still 8 laps remaining, or 7 laps remaining, and you never know what's going to happen.
There'll be a lot of stewarding, I would assume.
A lot of stewarding, a lot of people sending their POVs to X Games NL or to me, and we've seen few controversial crashes in this race, and of course, while people practicing a lot for league racing and practicing for their tracks, it's never ideal to get crashed out.
Well, it's just the nature of this track, to be honest. Like, you either qualify on pole, qualify last, or qualify in the middle. That's what you don't want to qualify in the middle. You either, if you're not going to be pole, you're going to be about 5th. You kind of just want to qualify last, otherwise turn 1 will just be a danger zone for you.
Yeah, I do agree on that one. That was a very great perspective. And we're starting a lap 20 out of 26, and VRT Sape already has over 2.4 second lead over Wickmill and Napla. But Ayrton Senna is 12 seconds behind Aveduk and Napla. I don't know, can he close up to them? I think it's a little bit too late. Maybe VSCs or safety cars could help this a little bit, but in other news, it's quite impossible. And
I don't think a safety car would come out at this point because there's only 6 laps left.
Yeah, I agree. And J-Luke is actually closing down on Erdu, so Erdu getting points might not be such a thing after all, because there's Body Drill and J-Luke who are catching him, but we have to see.
Don't count your chickens till they hatch. Oh, Erdu's in the wall. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
It is in the wall. As soon as we were talking about him, did he lose any end plates?
I believe he just went straight into the... Yeah, he's just lost another end plate.
He's gonna lose massive amount of points from that. Oh, what a shame. 5 laps remaining.
However, there is quite a fair bit of gap to Jer, and Pierre Hansen's actually left the session, so his ghost car will be 2 to 3 seconds slower than normal. So I wouldn't count him off some points. Oh, he's out of the race.
He's out of the race, and he's not gonna bring out a safety car. We don't know about these new patches, but he was so close getting his first points in the EFL, and he just blew it. You hate to see that kind of stuff, but now we only have.
He had a solid drive up to that point, though. So he got nothing to be ashamed of.
He got nothing to be. It was a great drive, and Hartside's actually pitting for a new set of tyres, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Right now, 5 laps remaining. And he's changing his front wing, and he's gonna take soft tires and probably try to make the fastest lap.
It'll be a wide call, but on the softs, I reckon he might be able to do it. If he just gets ZRX to max and saves a bit of fuel, he should be able to. He should be able to.
Yeah, it's not much fuel, better tires than the rest of the grid, and stuff like that. So. And now gap between Wickmill and VRT Sape is over 3.3 seconds, so if nothing crucial is gonna happen, it's VRT Sape who will be winning this Grand Prix from Wickmill and Napla, but we still don't know what's gonna happen in this Grand Prix.
Well, I have to admit, Chapelele kind of reminds me of, I know you compared him to Lewis Hamilton, I would kind of compare him to Sebastian Vettel because he can bottle a lot, but when he doesn't bottle, he's a really dominant driver, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree with you. He's more like Sebastian Vettel, spinning and stuff like that, but then when he's fast, he shows that he's the fastest driver in the track. So that's very true. As we have Ayrton Senna who's pitting now, probably last time in this race, probably gonna pit for softs, realizing 23-second gap behind. Very smart guy, can't catch anybody in front, so he'll be taking, and he's actually
He's
chasing
having
up
a
on wing.
wing.
He's chasing up on wing.
So J-Luke may get ahead of him here.
He might get ahead of him, but you never know. He's getting out of the pitch right now, and the pit lane is not. It's not long, and is J-Luke gonna get past him? It's gonna be very close. It's gonna be very close, and he gets ahead. He gets ahead of him. But
Senna will have the RS down the straight.
Yeah, and the fresher tires, of course. 11 laps fresher tires, and he's about to make the maneuver now, and he moves back to P5. So it was shortly just in P6, and now he can focus on making the fastest lap.
Hartz is on his hot lap for fastest lap currently.
So we'll keep following Hartza. Well, he's using low EOS. His EOS mode is in 2, so he has 29% of EOS left. So we'll see, is he able to make it count, as we say in Finland. I know he has way too little EOS. I would have assumed he would have saved it, but
he's gone purple sector 1 though. Looking on the track map.
So he's improving. The castle section is very demanding. He didn't do. I mean, he took a lot of risks in castle. As we have 3 laps remaining in this session, as we're still following Hartza, isn't going to be able to make that fastest lap, and he's actually catching to Body Dweller, who's in P7 position, and we a little bit tapped the wall, but nothing too major. And we'll see sector 2 time, and it's a 1:16.9, and he's improving by. He's not purple, but 1.5 seconds. How can you see is it purple or not?
If you go onto the track map, you go on board with him. The sectors will pop up purple if he's purple.
I see. Okay, it's a very, very handy thing. And we'll see he's going to be able to make the fastest lap. It's a long straight line, and he made the fastest lap, 1:41.6. He made it, so VRT will not be getting a point for the fastest lap. It will go to Hearts at the moment.
Now, let's bring out the racer side of you, Eric. If you was Educ, what would you do? Would you stay in P4 or would you go for fastest lap? Well, stay in P4, you'd be in P4 anyway, but would you pit and go for fastest lap if you were Educ?
I would, but I would ask first of Jeff, does the driver have any penalties? And if it doesn't, then I would pit and take the extra point. But then once again,
a lot of gap, doesn't he?
He has been here 5 seconds, and he has 34 seconds to the drivers behind. So I would assume in lap 24 he will drive lap 24 and pit on lap 25. Then in lap 26 he's gonna set the fastest lap.
You'd have to pit lap 24 if you're gonna set the fastest lap.
Yeah, exactly.
He's coming in.
He's coming in. He's doing job told, and he'll be taking those soft tires and gonna try at least to beat Hartz's fastest lap.
Do we know what Hartz's fastest lap is? I'll check now.
It was
on quite a big lap.
It was on Hartz 1:41.6, I believe.
Yeah, you'd be right. Senna's on quite a quick lap as well.
Yeah. And Hartza has now taken Body Dweller for P7 position before the straight line even started. And Ayrton Senna says the fastest lap of 1:41.3. So we'll see. Hartza's lap time has been beaten, but we'll see can Educ beat Ayrton Senna's lap time. And yeah, J-Luke is pitting. Also, everybody's now trying to go for the lap records here in last laps and get the fastest point.
Well, coming down to the end of the season, it could come down to a point, seeing how close it has been so far.
And Body everybody's pitting from the top 5 basically, and now we have massive gaps behind. So,
promoting Hart's up to P6 as well, where he was before he pit, so he hasn't lost much or lost anything at all.
And we have to follow Educ's lap 25. Is he going to be able to make the fastest lap or not? But we have very big gaps between the drivers here today, at least in the ending stages of the Grand Prix. And it was quite interesting Grand Prix, I have to say. It's not over yet, but a lot of controversies, crashes, safety cars, VSCs, which definitely played a part in this Grand Prix.
I would say this is probably just as hard, if not even harder, than Monaco. Because Monaco, I know people say it's like the hardest track on the calendar, but This track, if you get 1 inch wrong, you're in the wall and you're out, because I don't know what it is about this track, but if you whack one wall, you're going into the other wall. Whereas with Monaco, it's such low speed around Monaco that you're not likely to take your tyre off straight away.
Yeah, very good analysis from you, man. Yeah, I have to agree. Eduk is now in his fast lap, so we'll see what he's about to do. Is he going to be able to break the fastest lap? We have to actually wait for everybody, because we had many drivers who pitted now in the second to last lap. But
we've got J. Luke, Bobby, and Eduk.
Yeah, now I'm following currently Eduk, and he is improving by 1.3 seconds of his personal best. And it's actually very amazing to drive in the last laps of the race when you don't have fuel anymore in your car. You take the fresh set of tires. It's gonna feel like a qualifying lap. So
it's a lot easier. I'll say that.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to maneuver.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot easier. A lot easier, but we're soon gonna have to follow VRT Sape, who after 3 rounds in this race, his best result is P10 from Australia, and then DNF and DNF from Bahrain and China. So very good to see that the young German driver has come towards his controversies and his unluck, and he's about to win his first race in EFL. I hope I just didn't do a commentator's curse on the young German driver.
It will be deserved if he doesn't bottle the last lap, but it will be definitely deserved. Like, he's probably the only driver that's made no mistakes at all, because we saw Vic Mill, but you could say
that's the fastest lap, 140 and flat. That's
we've
the
got
fastest
Barty
lap.
coming up to the line as well, and J. Luke, so that might not be the fastest lap.
Yeah, we'll see, but still very impressive lap, and we'll still have to follow.
J. Luke's purple sector 2.
Oh, that's interesting, but we have to see where the leader is. Where on earth is the leader? And
Castle section at the moment.
Castle section, so we'll keep following the leader. VRT Sape, who's currently not made any single mistakes in this Grand Prix. Very impressive stuff. He's about to get 25 points from this race. I think he's going to be very happy. And J. Luke has been at lap time 140 and 044, so he'll be getting that fastest lap after all. But now, VRT Sape is coming towards corners 14. He's coming towards corners 15, 16 and 17, 18, 19, 20. With his beautiful Racing Point car. And Alfonso Gomez won in Australia with Mercedes. Toxic Tomato won in Bahrain with Racing Point. Alfonso Gomez won once again in China with Mercedes. And it's once again a Racing Point, but it's VRT Sape who takes his maiden win in Formula 1 in EFL. VRT Sape, you are a race winner. Congratulations, you won your first race in EFL. And followed closely in P2 is Wickmill 11 with Division 0, who's taking his first podium in EFL, and also Nappula 185, who's taking P3, first podium also for him. Eduk, best result for him also is in P4.
Chapelele has definitely shut down all the people that have said that he's not able to pull it all together, but he's definitely proved people wrong today.
He's definitely proved people wrong. He didn't make any mistakes in this Grand Prix here today. As Eduk finishes in P4, we have Ayrton Senna 1812, and we'll hear, of course, the drivers' podium and drivers' national anthems after this Grand Prix, after the interviews. So stick around for that. What the drivers have to say about this chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As Ayrton Senna, he's about to finish in P5. Hartz will come in beautiful P6. As we have yellows in sector 3, it's probably Ayrton Senna retired the car in the line. And J-Luke 11 is in P7. And now we wait for Body Dweller. He's coming towards the final corners, and he will finish in P8 position.
Pending any penalties.
Pending any penalties from the steward's office, it might change a couple of things, but I think X Games and all is going to be a very, very busy night. Busy days in the steward's office. He did want to be a steward, so now he's gonna notice the work he has to do in the steward's office.
Well, that was a hectic race, to say the least.
And now we have some painting and campaigning from VRT Sape, Wickmill and Appla 185. All drivers would really deserve the podium here today. All of these drivers here today are first up in a podium in EFL, so that's something to say. So I think we're gonna see here very happy faces here today.
It was good to see the number 24 on all their cars as well.
Yeah, honoring Kobe Bryant, of course, like we said before the qualifying started. So this race was a race for Kobe, and I hope Kobe enjoyed it in the heavens. And here's your final results. As we're waiting, VRT Safe wins from Wickmill, Napula, Eduk, Ayrton Senna, Hartza, J-Luke, C, Body Driller, Hansen and Jer, and then retirements of Eduk, PMP, Hamtara, New Zealand Camp, TTV Elisots, Flying Connor, Alfonso Gomez, TSR Fisi, and James Killer. As I'm quickly gonna take the screenshots, and we're just gonna invite the guys to the interviews. Yeah, I'm just gonna invite everybody to the interviews box, and then we can have interviews started. Phew. Moment. Yeah, it's gonna put him in a very good position in a championship fight, of course. I have to agree with that. Then we're inviting Napula, and then we're inviting Wickmill 11 for the party. Not the top 3 I was expecting from this race, to be fair. And we have a race winner joining here today, and we are gonna wait for P2 and P3 coming up also to this party. We're gonna wait 1 more minute, and then we're gonna get the interview started. We want to have all the drivers here today in the podium. I'm gonna send 1 more invite to the drivers. And we have Napla 185 who's joined to the session, so now we're only waiting for Wickmill 11 who needs to join the session. I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna message Wickmill. And we have Wickmill joined to the session, so all the drivers, do you have your voicing on?
Yes.
Alright, so VRT Safe, we're gonna start from you. Congratulations, you won the first race in EFL, you got 25 points. In Australia you finished P10, in Bahrain and China you DNF'd, so how does this result feel for you?
Finally I didn't bottle, so it feels good.
Do you have any comments about the race, about the safety cars, VSCs, or anything you experienced during the race?
The new patch is horrendous. Like, it was after the straight there was a safety car. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean the new patches. Every time somebody lost a front wing or basically crashed out, it was a VSC or safety car immediately.
Yeah.
Even though somebody lost a front wing and there was an aim plate in a ground in a track, it was immediate VSC or safety car. But how much does this give confidence now that you've taken your maiden win? You're still a little bit behind of the championship leaders, but how much this is gonna give you confidence? Like, right, still 16, 15 races remaining, I can still go for it. Do you think with that mentality?
Yeah, I can still go for it. It's still easy.
So easy. Okay, that was your race winner. We are T-Sape. We're gonna come back to you when the national anthems are gonna come. But Napoli won it. Wickmill 11, Polish driver. Congratulations. You got your first podium in EFL, and your comments about the safety car and VSC glitches. What happened in the race?
My comments about the safety car and VSC is we did manage 1 lap to do without a safety car. After the safety car restart, we did not a lap, and then we have the VSC. It was really challenging because I'm tired as fuck, falling asleep. So I'm happy that the race is finished now. Congrats to my German friend. He made a very good race. Unbelievable pace.
Yeah, I mean, are you happy of this P2? Did you expect before the race started that you would finish in the top 3 of this Grand Prix?
No, I thought I would finish around P4 or P5 because I thought Napula was way faster than me as Alfonso, but he threw it into the wall, I think. I don't know what happened there, the back. But yeah, I'm happy to finish in P2. Like, I'm started from 4th place, got to 2nd place, 2 and 4 was a number of Kobe, so I'm pretty happy to be in second place, and the second place is dedicated to the both Angels.
Yeah, and now we're gonna hear. Thank you very much for your comments, and now we're gonna hear a message from Napla. Napla, your first podium in EFL. You said that Baku is one of your worst tracks in the whole calendar, but it gave you the best result of this season. So, what are your comments about the race, and of course, like from everybody else, about the safety car in VSC?
Yeah, I hate this track very much, and we was planning to do very aggressive strategy, but then we saw Alonso retire, so we just go for the track position, and hard was the choice. Obviously, that safety car, it's not that big problem, but it's driving so slow, so it's very hard to keep track what kind of speed it's going on anytime. So it was very hard.
Alright, and that was your comments from the top 3, and before we're ending off, we're gonna hear winner drivers and winner constructors national anthem. So take your hats off for the national anthems of Germany and Britain's God Save the Queen. And that was the national anthems of Germany and England. Congratulations for VRT Safe for winning this Grand Prix. And before we're ending this stream, for the honor of Kobe Bryant, we will one national anthem of the United States for the last journey for Kobe Bryant. So take your hats once again off for the United States anthem. And that was to honor Kobe Bryant and his daughter who died in a helicopter crash. And congratulations for Viati Sape, Wick Mill 11 and Aplomonet 5 who drove a brilliant race. And thank you for all the viewers who kept following till the end. I was Eric, owner and commentator of EFL, and I'll see you again next week in Spain for round 5. So for then, good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you again next week in Spain, Catalonia. Ciao, ciao. Right, that was fucking final.